So welcome everyone to round 9 of IOR Season 8. We are today here at the Hungary ring for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And yeah, as you can see, it's gonna be our first ever IOR race with multiplayer cars, because Codemasters are basically a bunch of idiots running an F1 game, and sadly we can't have our usual F1 realistic real cars. Because now it's unrealistic performance for some reason. They messed up everything with every single update they bring up, and yeah, of course, bunch of clowns running the game of one of the most important sports in the world. I don't know how they keep their job, but anyway, that's not what brings us here today. You can see some of the designs. We have the orange car from Thales running in the McLaren. I also gotta say, Cucumber's not here. Thales missed the British Grand Prix. Now Cucumber misses the Hungarian Grand Prix, which of course you could think it's gonna be, might be an easy win for Thales, but we gotta see. Theos is also strong on pace, so he can definitely be on for a fighter for the win of the race. And yeah, of course, crazy things happen. We can have some other winners. Equasar has been improving a lot, so I definitely think he will be aiming for a podium. Hungary has also been one of his best tracks historically in IOR, so I'm expecting at least a podium from Equasar today. And yeah, we'll see what the rest of the grid can do on this Hungarian Grand Prix. 11 drivers. It's not the worst attendance we've had ever in this league, but yeah, it's sadly the worst attendance of the season. But well, still at least 11 people is not that bad for one race out of 16 in the whole calendar. So let's try and enjoy, have some fun today. And yeah, well, Cucumber not gonna win today, 100% confirmed, because he's not here. So, and yeah, also we have a rookie, it's Kiotonic, reserving today. And yeah, of course, I can't say for which team because there's no teams today. But of course, full-time drivers will still score for the team they drive for. Following now, Bialo is gonna be the first one to start a flying lap. He is on that purple car. Very nice design, I gotta say, not bad at all. Though it looks a bit weird after 8 seasons commentating with real-life cars, now the first time with multiplayer cars. And we have already a yellow flag. I think that's just Callas going slow in the final sector. Callas did go with his color of what would be his team. He has the green car representing the Aston Martin. Of course, Kiotonic is a reserve. His car is also a unique design. Meanwhile, Equasar has a really nice design. They're, I guess, something like a beach design. Well, I can see some of those. Yeah, it looks really nice, I gotta say. Yannick Lee reserving once again in IOR. Black Bala, I guess he is trying to drive an Alpine custom car, because I see already the blue color there. Thales on a flying lap at the moment. Bialo said the first time of the day it's gonna be an 16.5, 1 minute 16.5 for Bialo there in that purple car. Can't say the Alpha Tauri today. It's gonna be a bit of a weird stream. And yeah, Joseph is running the Red Bull Miami livery, so nice to see that. And yeah, I know other liveries are also in the game from other teams, like the McLaren one. I think now the Williams is also available, but because Codemasters is a joke, then we simply can't get access to those cars if you didn't get them on time when they came out. But well, some people in here did get them, like Joseph Vesely. Joseph starting a flying lap at the moment, or... Well, he's already used a lot of ERS. I wasn't paying much attention. Thales gone first, fastest 15.7. I think the battle for pole is going to be between Thales and Theus, possibly. Equasar would be a big surprise if he can get involved in that mix. I know he's found the consistency in the race and the pace in the race as well, but in quali, I think he's still a bit behind possibly guys like Thales and Theus, but we'll see, because he has a pole here in Hungary in Season 3 time ago. I know Hungary is one of his strongest tracks, so we can't discard him really. He can give us a little surprise today. Now Equasar into first sector, gets a purple sector 1. Of course, I'm not kind of confirmed if that's actually a purple sector or not, but in any case, good start of the lap for Equasar there in that beach car, I could say. Well, it has a little beach design there, or I think it's a beach design. I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong, but I think it is. Now in Sector 2, not getting purple sector in Sector 2. I think that's might be a strong part of the track for Thales Joseph. Vesely hasn't set a really good lap there. 17.05, tenths lower than Bialo and Kiotonic. Now we gotta go once again with Equasar, the man in second place in the standings. Comes into a line and it's gonna be P1 actually for Equasar. Yeah, I said there could be a surprise, and there is a surprise actually. Equasar showing pace to fight against Thales in qualifying, putting himself up into P1. Could be on for a pole position and who knows, for a win as well. Well, it's gonna be a close battle between these two for now, and of course Zeus will get in the mix as well, as I said before. So we'll go for a second and we'll be quickly back.
But what about the longest? Well, that would go to Valtteri Bottas, who had to retire after a seized wheel nut forced him to retire in the 2021 Monaco GP. The seized nut was removed 43 hours later, which officially makes it the longest pit stop turnaround in history. Hello to everyone here and welcome, and a special shout out to our VIP guests, Lars Hammer and Arthur Jackman.
And I'm back. Well, 8 minutes ago on this qualifying session. Equosar in first, Thales in second, Wesley in third, Bialo on P4. Really solid performance by Bialo today, actually finishing a lap at the moment. Coming into the final sector. And into the line he goes, and it's gonna be a... Improves 4 times his previous time, though stays in his position on P4. Bialo up to 4. Bialo is coming back in shape for this race. Theus has not lived in the pit lane at all yet. JM hasn't been able to set a good lap at the moment yet. And Thales now goes first, fastest, 4 times quicker than Equosar. Now the question is, can Equosar respond to that? Into sector 1 is not improving that much. And now coming into the end of sector 2. And it's gonna be for Equosar a improving 2 temps. If he does a 2 temp improvement in the final sector, then he can definitely be aiming for pole position today, trying to defeat Thales. Needs 2 temps on the final sector. Can he do it though? Following him into the final corner. Will he be able to make this lap enough quick to get up and fight against Thales? No, he can, but not that far behind. Just 2 tenths behind Thales in second place. Will definitely be competitive in the main event, in the main race.
For the most cars in an F1 race was achieved at the 1953 German Grand Prix, 34 cars. The race with the fewest entries saw only 6
Well, 5 minutes to go, and well, Theos is now on an out lap. We gotta keep an eye on this guy because he's really quick in qualifying, so I can see him challenging Thales and Equosar in this battle for pole position. Following out Theos into the second straight, into the second DRS zone. Now goes down into third gear, taking a bit of the inside curve. Now taking once again the inside curve in here. Into the end of sector 1 he goes. Purple sector 1 for him. Now following Theos into the second sector. Can he challenge Thales and Equosar in this battle for pole position? Now into second sector, 53.9. Not sure how that is compared to Thales' time. But he is looking very solid, really consistent there in what's gonna be the fight for pole position today. I think he got pole last season in this track. Can he get it once again now? Coming Theos in the line, and he's gonna be third fastest, 15.5, 3 times lower than Thales. Not bad lap at all. He's gonna still have one more shot at it, and well, we'll see what he can do.
British constructor Arrows never won a race after 393 attempts, the highest of any team in Formula One history. They came close 5 times in 1978, 1980, 81, 85, and 1997. We might be used to blisteringly fast pit stops, some even approaching the sub-2-second mark. But what about the longest? Well, that would go to Valtteri Bottas, who had to retire after a seized wheel nut forced him to retire in the 20... Grand Prix, 34 cars. The race with the fewest entries saw only 6 cars line up on the grid. This was the infamous 2005 US
3 minutes ago, we will see what these guys can do. Everyone is still in the pit lane, waiting to go for their final line lap. Bialo already on an out lap, Equosar on an out lap as well. And well, today with the numbers we have also gives opportunities for people to try and aim for a podium today, though the top three look really solid at the moment, especially Thales. Actually, Thales looking for his first pole position of the season. Hasn't got a single pole, which is kind of interesting. Well, he's been more strong in the race pace than on quali. And well, we have to find out if this is actually going to be an easy win for Thales or not. In qualifying, Equasar and Theos are giving the battle, but in race, Thales is always very solid, much more than on his normal qualifying. So we will see. We'll see what Thales can do today. If he's just going to pull away or if he's actually going to be given some trouble by Equasar and Theos and maybe, who knows, someone else. But at the moment, those are the only ones looking enough strong on pace to challenge Thales. He's going to be aiming for what would be his fourth win of the season. Bialo having a little slider out of the exit of that corner. Now coming into the end of Sector 1, and it's going to be, no, it's actually not improving at all. He is almost 3 times lower than his previous lap. He's going to meet a bit of traffic, and I guess he should possibly abort this lap because he's not improving. He shouldn't have enough time to start another one, and I guess he hasn't done so. He still wants to try and give it a go. Maybe won't have enough fuel for another lap if he stops now. So following Bialo now in what is his final run for qualifying. He is not improving once again. Probably will just dive it in the pit lane then, or maybe we'll hope to improve a bit in that final sector. I think waiting could have been a good option, but in the end he's just decided to carry on. He's gonna cross the line. He probably won't improve, and if he does, possibly will be a very little improvement. In the line he goes, and actually, yeah, improves 33 thousandths of a second. Better than nothing, but yeah, can't improve a place. If he had a good first and second sector, I think he could definitely have aimed for P4. Now following Equasar, who is already finishing his lap, he's not improving at all. I think he's on an extra warm lap. Thales is on a flying lap right now. I think that's gonna be the last one. Yeah, he is deploying batteries, so that's gonna be the last flying lap for Thales. Into Sector 2 he goes. He is improving just 60 thousandths of a second. We'll see how much can he improve in that final sector. And into the final corner he goes. And into the final part of the track, and it's gonna be almost 2 tenths improvement. Thales takes a 15.0. Very good lap there by Thales, but now Equasar, can he respond against that? Would need to improve 4 tenths to defeat Thales for pole position in Sector 1. Not improving, matching his previous time. We gotta see what he can do in second and third sector. Theos is coming into the chicane there in Sector 2. The only 2 rivals Thales can have for pole today are these two, Equasar and Theos. Equasar is going to be finishing Sector 2, same as Theos. Theos now comes and goes very wide. Oh, and in the wall goes Theos. That's Theos out. Will not be improving. Equasar not improving in Sector 2 as well. I guess it's already going to be locked for Thales to take pole position. Now Equasar has a little slide there. No one actually has improved, I think. Thales goes into P6. I think he already was in P6. What kind of lap can he do now? Improving? No, he's not improving at all. And well, JM, who said he wasn't able to set a good lap, I think he's gonna be starting last this race. Joseph Vesely, just a P9 for him. And well, I wanna see what Bialo can do, what Wesley can do. They're in very good position for podium. Callas is on a very good position for podium as well. Hyotonic on his debuts has not done it bad at all. And yeah, we'll see what the race has for us. Meanwhile, Thales, pole position, first one of the season, and well, we'll see how easy or hard will this race be for him.
It's almost a given that the drivers on the grid today were kart racing as children, so they could enter the sport with as much experience as possible. It hasn't always been like that though. In the 1950s,
Well, you can see actually the difference is very big. So yeah, it's been like this the whole season, just that Cucumber isn't here today. But yeah, with Thales in there, we'll see if Equasar can give a battle, and or Theus as well, or if Thales will simply pull away with this one, as I said before. Well, we saw Arieta giving a challenge Cucumber when Thales wasn't on track last weekend. Can someone give a challenge for Thales today? Is the question. Oh, track seems a bit dark, so might we be expecting a bit of rain in here? Maybe. Would be interesting to see if it happens. But yeah, dark track doesn't mean we are gonna get rain. And actually, how is the championship between Cucumber, Thales, and Equasar, the top three in the standings? Just having a little review. Cucumber leads with 227 points, Equasar is second with 162, and Thales is in third with 130. So it's almost a 100-point gap separating the top three. But now, of course, Equasar and Thales, if they get a 1-2, will be able to subtract a lot of points from Cucumber in the standings. Though Cucumber will still have a very big advantage by the end of this race. In any case, well, that's what his consistency has given him throughout the season. And we are about to get started now. It's lights out and away we go. Who's got the better start of the top two? I think Equasar's got a really good run on Thales there into turn one. But Thales quickly trying goes to cover the inside. Equasar is gonna try and send it down the inside. Oh, that's Zeus hitting the back of Equasar, and I think Thales, that's Thales in the lead of the race. That's Zeus in second. Oh, that's a big crash in there. I think that was Equasar and Theus crashing into turn one. This makes things even easier for Thales there in the lead of the race. Ketonix fall into last place there. Thales leads, followed by Wesley, followed by Bialo, followed by Black Bala, followed by Joseph Vesely, followed Kalas, Equasar, Theus. One of these two got wing damage. I think it's Theus because he's going very, very wide in the corners. Theus trying to defend by JM, but he shouldn't be defending this one very hard because he has broken wing. Can be very dangerous on track for the other guys. Theus will definitely have to pit soon. Let's quickly enable the telemetry and stuff. Theus with a broken wing there. And he's gone wide. He's gone very, very wide. That's JM getting through up into P8 of the race. Teutonic will be on for the move as well. Horrible start of the race for the guys in second and third, which would be Theus and Equasar. And now Theus will definitely have to pit because of that broken wing. He is coming into the pit lane now. Hopefully he will be able to recover from this. Thales now set the fastest lap of the race. He is on medium tires. Now let's see the tire strategies from all the drivers in here. It's Thales on mediums, Wesley on softs. Wesley is the only one on soft. Most people are on mediums actually. Theus has now switched to medium tires as well. Wesley is on soft tires, and well, James starting on hards there from last place. Equasar on mediums as well. He doesn't seem to... Oh, that's a yellow flag. I think that's Jenny's Lee off into sector 1. And well, Thales now trying to build the gap against Wesley in P1 of the race. Wesley on softs, trying to do his best to hold the back of Thales. Not sure, of course, once again, if there's going to be rain or not. We will find out. Thales leads 8/10 ahead of Wesley. Not even trying to deploy IOR. He knows he has the pace advantage by far. Quickly pulling away from Wesley, and this is going to be a massive victory by Thales, of course, if there are no safety cars involved. Thales already 1 second ahead of Wesley. Bialo is looking strong to attack Wesley for that second place of the race. We could be on for a Bialo podium. Oh, and it's starting to rain. It's starting to rain, which is going to be very, very interesting now. Is it going to be interconditioned soon, or is it going to just be slick tires on wet conditions? We will find out. Thales having a really good look in that lead of the race, followed by Wesley, followed by Bialo. Bialo would definitely like it to stay like it is now, because with the medium tires and being able to stay so close to the back of Wesley, then he would be able to definitely aim for that second place of the race today against Wesley. Now Wesley starts to pull a bit away now from Bialo, but with the tire disadvantage later on in the race. If he doesn't build a big gap, then Bialo will be on for an attack later on. Bialo could be on for a podium for a long time ago, since I think the Abu Dhabi last race in season 6 last year. That's way time ago. Bialo looking very good for a podium today. Equasar has not been able to recover. I guess he might have damage to that car because I think he's lost the place to JM as well. Also, this will help a lot Thales if the results stay like this in the championship. He will close a lot of points to Equasar. Well, now it's lap 4 of the race. I guess there's no DRS enabled. I haven't got the announcement. Oh, I think it's wet conditions. Equasar is pitting. He's gonna be going on for the inters, I guess, because there is no announcement of DRS getting enabled. Joseph Vesely battling against Callas there into turn 1. Not sure how bad the conditions are. Equasar in the pit lane will be switching on for intermediate tires. We will find out soon if that's the right or wrong call. I think at this stage could be the right call because I haven't seen DRS getting enabled. So being that the case, I think inters might be the right choice at the moment. But I can confirm 100% sure it is like that. Thales leads the race, followed by Wesley, followed by Bialo, followed by Black Bala, followed by Callas, the top 3, driving on a pace of their own. Black Bala 2 seconds behind Bialo. So yeah, if nothing weird happens, then yeah, top 3 I think can be locked on the podium. Equasar is now trying to close up the gap against Zenith Lee, but I think that's not what's happening. Yeah, he's losing time against Zenith Lee, at least at the moment. Will he start closing? No, he's not. He's losing a lot of time. He's been attacked by Theus. He's just gonna let him go. Inters are not the right decision now. But at the same time, I think the DRS is not enabled. No, it is enabled. Sorry, it is enabled. Equasar has made a bad mistake there, but well, I guess in the position he was, he just want to try and risk it there. He's gonna have to pit again or just hope the DRS gets enabled once again. Callas on the attack for Black Bala. Is gonna try and send a move around the outside. Black Bala tries to break the latest, but yeah, he managed to stay. Oh, has a bad slide, and yeah, due to that slide, Callas runs right into the back of him. And there goes Joseph Vesely moving up into P5 of the race. Callas with a broken wing. Joseph Vesely moves up to P5. Will be on attacking Black Bala. That's what rain can cause. And these guys are losing a lot of time to the leaders. Equasar not gaining any time. Callas just has to slow down there. JM is on a very good fight back for himself. He's quickly closing up the gap to the top drivers there. He's gonna be stuck in a little bit of time in the train here with him. Let that happen as well. We'll see how his pace is compared to Bialo and Wesley. Can he be on for a podium? His maiden IOR podium could be on here. Well, now any announcement of intermediate tires being the right call at the moment. Equasar keeps losing a lot of time to Theus, but he doesn't give up on staying out on those tires. He's losing way a lot of time there. Bialo meanwhile sticking right out of the back of Wesley Santana, battling for second place of the race. Bialo will now try and deploy some of that ERS to close up the gap to Wesley. Wesley with no battery at all, trying to stick to the back of Thales, but Thales still having a very big advantage. Callas is in the pit lane, will have to switch into probably not intermediate tires, but he will be repairing that front wing after having to run into the back of Black Bala. Black Bala 5 seconds behind Bialo already. Meanwhile, Joseph Vesely trying to get that move done against Black Bala. This train might stay here for a while. JM could well be my driver of the day if he keeps on this run. Though he has no battery at the moment, it will be very hard to try and attack Joseph and Black Bala later on, which have very good battery conditions at the moment. Callas is out on soft tires, just ahead of Equasar. Equasar can't really do anything about it now. And we really don't know if it's gonna be raining worse or if it's gonna be just slick conditions all the time. Very interesting race, I gotta say, till now. Thales has not built a massive gap to Wesley. He's still keeping that 1.1 second gap. Wesley gets a bit closer in some parts of the track, but of course gotta say he's still on the soft tires, which might be still working a bit better than Wesley. Will try and defend against Bialo because Bialo's got a bit closer there to Wesley. Wesley saving a bit of ERS as well. Now Thales starts to build a bit more of a gap. Bialo on the attack for Wesley. just trying to stick to the back of him, will not think about a move. Yeah, no, he sends a massive dive down the inside, but yeah, I saw that coming. It was very optimistic move. He just had to let it go. Nothing to do there, unfortunately for Bialo. Just Wesley had to avoid him, and yeah, Bialo lost a chance there. I think it was kind of worth risking it, but yeah, in the end they didn't lose that much, but yeah, didn't work. I saw him braking too late, so yeah, was gonna be very hard, especially in the wet conditions, to control that car and be able to hold into that place. Once again, Bialo showing how good he can be on aggressive moves, but this time the rain didn't really help. Once again, as I said before, Bialo coming back in shape in the last couple of races. He's coming back to his old form, and well, today, if everything goes the right way, he's gonna get a podium. He will definitely be looking on for the attack on Wesley. Well, what's done this is also that Thales is starting to pull away. 2.2 ahead of Wesley already. Bialo will still be getting DRS against Wesley, and we will see when he will be able to try and think about an attack against him. He is gonna get the DRS. He's had a little slider, but that has not costed him the DRS. He will now try and close that gap. Black Bala trying to close up the gap into these two as well. Joseph in the pit lane. Might this be the moment for intermediate tires? He is taking the risk. He is gonna be taking the risk now to go for intermediate tires. Is it the right call or not is the question, because I don't think he's coming for a normal stop. Yeah, he's going inters. He's going inters now, but seeing what Equator is doing at the moment, it's not looking very good, in my opinion. But I'm not 100% sure. Joseph Vesely might have made a big mistake there, or maybe not. Bialo's got a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help at all in his charge for podium, though at the moment he has it very safe. He can keep that gap. The only problem would be JM, who is looking strong on those hard tires. Equator's on the pit lane. Is he gonna go for slicks, new intermediate tires? Oh, there's a yellow flag. That's Black Bala off. Black Bala off, and that's a BSC. That's a virtual safety car out on track. And is someone gonna take the advantage to pit now with this BSC? Is inters actually the right call or not? Is a big question for me now. Someone gonna risk it. Thales is... He's coming in the pit lane. Thales coming in the pit lane. Wesley will come in as well, same as Bialo. All of them want to take the advantage and go for intermediate tires. This definitely has not helped Joseph at all, who just pitted one lap earlier than what he should have in the end. And yeah, that's everyone pitting there. Kala's got a BSC for spitting under the... No, got a drive-through, sorry, for spitting under the BSC. I said it the wrong way. Oh, Bialo's gone on hards. Bialo's gone on hard tires. That could be a massive mistake. But I'm not sure, actually, if it's actually full wet condition. I haven't seen an announcement of DRS getting disabled. No, it hasn't. It hasn't been disabled. Black Bala has retired in the pit lane. Bialo might still have the advantage in here then on those slick tires if the DRS is still enabled. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, but if it's still slick conditions, this could well be interesting. But well, Bialo's not closing up the gap. I think that tires might be even. Might be the same inters or slick tires at the moment. But that could also be a very bad mistake by Bialo there, going onto those cars, which I think might end up being the case. He's not gaining much time, but he's not losing time at the same time. So I think it might end up working for him at the moment. I'm not 100% sure about it. Well, Thales starts building up that gap in the lead of the race. I think the safest decision would have been pitted for inters, of course, in Bialo's case, but if rain stops, then Bialo will have a massive advantage. But in the moment, it doesn't seem to be the case. Intermediate tires now seem to be working better than the slick tires. Though JM has not closed up massively the gap to Bialo. in this last lap. Now Janice Lee will come for Inters as well. Theo's not on a great run for himself at the moment, P8 of the race, but he having the pace advantage. He's gonna jump Janice Lee now, I think. Yeah, he will. Just one lap all tires. Bialo's not losing too much time compared to Wesley. It all will depend, I think, on how long does this rain stay. He's now made a little mistake. I think they're cutting a bit the chicane. Or was it not that Bialo? Or was it him? But in any case, JM is not closing the gap to Bialo, even though he should have the tire advantage by now. But as I said, it looks more like it's even tires. It doesn't matter you're inters or on slicks, it's the same performance. Exactly the same, because then JM is losing time to Bialo, not gaining time to Bialo. Well, in any case, Bialo playing a very interesting tactic here, going on for the hard compound of tire instead of the intermediate tires. Thales is saving a lot of battery. He's not even thinking about pushing. He just wants to keep the car on track. No need to risk at all. He is in the perfect place. Nothing to bother him really at the moment. Who's had the fastest lap of the race? Because whoever has it, it might stay like it is. It's Bialo who has the fastest lap, so I think that might not change for the rest of this race. Thales having a little sliding error, but nothing else. JM now is closing a bit the gap on Bialo, but once again, it's not a massive close. Conditions will carry on. If we will stay on the wet conditions, if it will dry up, if it will get even worse. In any case, oh, JM has gone wide there, has gone off there in that part of the track. Now loses time against... No, that's Bialo, I'm sorry. That's not JM. That's Bialo, who's losing a lot of the car. They're not looking very comfortable on those hard tires, but in any case... Oh, and Bialo's off. Yeah, Bialo is off. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. The rain got bad, and nothing he can really do about it. He's just gonna have to come in the pit lane and change for intermediate tires. He was in a very good race, and that's a Lando Norris Russia 2021 moment for Bialo. And yeah, DNF once again. What could have been a great day for Bialo ended up being in a massive disaster. Well, it will come at some point. At some point Bialo will have a good race, I trust. Today was a good chance. Sadly, the conditions didn't help. The DRS disabled now. It's getting worse. It's getting way worse. And JM now can get a very safe podium now, which would maybe make him my driver of the day. Because of the great drive he's shown till now. Last two P3. And we'll see if he can catch Wesley. It's gonna be very hard, but well, we can't discard anything. Callas getting close to the back of Equasar. Seems to be better on pace. I think Equasar might have damage to that car. Due to the incident with Chaos in lap 1, he doesn't look very comfortable. He had by far better pace than Callas in quali, so it's very weird to see him now struggling a lot so much against him on race. Callas getting very close to the back of Equasar. Equasar making him lose a lot of time there. But Equasar is also closing a bit the gap on Jenny Flea there, so it's not bad at all. Not everything is that bad. Callas trying to do everything possible to get ahead of Equasar, but in the moment, Equasar is just an obstacle for Callas because Callas is way faster, and yeah, he goes quickly past now. I think Equasar didn't even want to fight against him anymore. Now Callas will try and go for Jenny Flea's place in 7th place of the race. Meanwhile, Theos could be looking on for something in here. He's 2 seconds behind Keotonic, and he is just, and he has no penalty, so yeah, he's looking very well to try and get that move against Kiotonic in P5 of the race. Kiotonic doing a decent job as a reserve, as I said before. Not anything great, not anything bad. P5 in an 11 car race, and Jenny flee out of the race. Safety car. Safety car on track. This will close up everyone once again. This will give Theos more chances and Equasar and Kalas more chances as well. Interesting stuff. Wesley is into the pit lane. Thales has stayed out in the lead of the race. JM will come into the pit lane as well. And this might actually complicate Thales a little bit in here. He's gonna have a bit older tires than the rest of the grid. Everyone is actually coming into the pit lane now. The only one that didn't do was Thales. He won the track position. JM has gone on hards. Is that the right call? I don't think so. Well, he's gonna have to pit again to switch to inters, because I really don't think it's for hards. We already saw what Bialo did before, and it's old hards as well, not even fresh. Well, there's no fresh hards as I know. I think there's just one set for everyone, but this safety car has messed a bit things for some people in this race. We'll see how this will carry on in the remaining laps. And yeah, as I said before, JM has had to pit. And now Wesley has gone for medium tires. Thales now has pitted for fresh intermediate tires, and he's still in the lead of the race. But what is actually going on here? Wesley on mediums, JM on mediums, Kiotonic on inters. It's basically split conditions. But DRS just got disabled right now, so I'm not sure what to believe in here. It's getting very messy with the conditions, so I'm not sure what's actually the right call. DRS just got disabled, but if the rain stops suddenly, then well, then that's a different story. We'll see how this ends. We'll definitely have to see how this ends. I guess we are getting one more lap of safety car because the grid is very much splitted. If it dries up, then it will be massive for Wesley and JM. If it's still wet, then Theos and Kalas will get a little advantage in here. It's 4 people on inters, 4 people on mediums. And Thales tried to send a little trick in there about pitting, but in the end it didn't happen like that. Stays out on those intermediate tires. Callas, Tonic, and Equasaur in the pit lane once again. Are they gonna go intermediate tire conditions? Yeah, Callas gone for fresh inters. Tonic is gonna go fresh inters as well, same as possibly Equasaur will do. And I guess we are not gonna get safety car out on this lap as well because of the cars not being at the back of the pack. Joseph can also be on for a podium in here today. He hasn't got a podium, if I'm not wrong, the whole season, so I think could be on for his maiden podium of the season today. And that will also subtract a lot of points in the battle for, I guess, P5 on the standings. Safety car on this lap, and that's caught Tonic and Equasaur in a very bad position. They now have to close a very big gap. That's not gonna be good for him. Oh, and Wesley's got a penalty for a collision with Joseph Vesely, but that won't matter because the penalty will be removed later on after the race possibly. Is it just Wesley getting the penalty, or is Joseph getting the penalty as well? No, it's just Wesley getting the penalty. Joseph already had a penalty, or 3 seconds time penalty. Callas will now restart this race, and there he goes. Callas restarts the Hungarian Grand Prix on lap 16 of the race. Nearly half race distance to go. And how are the intermediate tires? The medium tires are very bad, it seems like at the moment. Theos is already looking to go for the move against JM into turn 1. Down the inside goes Theos, massive braking later than JM. Callas also going on for the move against JM. JM is going to be driving on ice at the moment on those medium tires. They messed it up badly on the strategy. And that's Theos and Callas already ahead of Wesley and JM, who have just messed up a very good opportunity in here. Now they're going to have to pit for intermediate tires. Definitely not the right call in the end. Unless, of course, it starts drying up right now, but if not, then yeah, there's nothing really to do. Theos looking up to close up the gap on Joseph Vesely. This could be a Brazilian one too, because Joseph Vesely has a time penalty. So yeah, we could be on here for what could be a 1-2 finish for the Brazilian driver. Thales got now a 3-second time penalty as well. Not looking good there for Thales if Theos has the pace, but in the moment I think Thales seems really safe. He looks very safe on his position right now. He's gonna be wider, but quickly gaining time. I think he has simply the pace advantage. Nothing really to do against Thales at the moment. Even with the 3-second time penalty, he should still be safe in the lead of this race. There goes Theos defending against Callas. So I think Theos might have got some kind of damage because he is not gaining many time. Here comes Callas, is looking very strong in the wet conditions. He's going to try to send a move down the inside in here. Thinks about it, but is simply too far behind to think about a move. Callas could be on for a podium as well then. Theos not closing up that much the gap against Joseph. He's closed up to bit it. And well, we'll see. The battle now gets even more interesting. Wesley has stayed out. JM has pitted for intermediate tires, and coming out of the pit lane goes JM. There goes Equasaur down the inside of Wesley, who stayed out on the medium tires, which is definitely the wrong call to do at the moment. Thales leads, followed by Joseph Vesely, followed by Theos, followed by Callas, and then comes Tonic 10 seconds behind. 8 drivers just remain on this race, but still, with the changing conditions, this has been a very interesting race to watch, very entertaining race to watch as well. Callas will be on for the attack against Theos. Something's not gone right with that car from Theos. He's having a lot of issues. Here comes Callas. Will be thinking about a move there. Thinks about it, but it was way too risky to think about the move into that specific corner. And now into the main straight they go. And Callas, I don't think he is looking very good in conditions to attack Theos at the moment, or does he? If he gets a good exit, but he hasn't got a good exit. He's had a little slider, and in the wet conditions with no DRS, you need to get a perfect exit to try and attack the driver ahead. Joseph Vesely losing a lot of time against Thales. Theos is also losing a lot of time against Thales. There goes Equasaur getting the move done against Tonic. Equasaur trying to fight back. trying to save as much as possible. Here comes Wesley in the pit lane. Will be going on for the intermediate tires. JM now on P8 of the race, and will now be jumping, of course, Wesley due to that terrible strategy decision there. Callas right at the back of Theus, thinks about a move, thinks about it, but still cannot find the door to try and send that dive down the inside. He's gonna bit off there, yeah, he's gonna bit wide, and now we'll have to find composure once again. He is looking way quicker than Theus at this stage of the race, but due to the conditions, it's looking very tricky for him to overtake. Theus could be on here for what could be a podium. Someone's gone off, that's Keotonic. Keotonic's gone off there in sector 2, and now he is recover control of the car, yes, but it's already lost a lot of time. He's spun it once again. Keotonic there, recovering control of the car once again. JM is gonna be jumping in, probably has to slow down a bit there. Keotonic just lets him go, and yeah, now he spins it there once again. Yeah, disaster there. I guess those tires are not good anymore. Simply the normal thing is to just spin all the time there after that has happened already. Meanwhile, the battle continues for P3 of the race between Callas and Theus. Theus also unable to close up enough the gap against Joseph Vessel. He has closed it a bit, but not in the enough he would like to. Here comes Callas, thinks about a move. Both with similar ERS conditions, have to say. It just depends on how good exit can he get. That's Keotonic off in the final corner once again. He's coming into a pit lane. And here comes Callas, right at the back of the safety car. Weird. Why is there a safety car? I guess I don't know why. Well, and Keotonic seems to have been disqualified from the race, so that leaves us with 7 drivers on track. Is Thales coming in the pit lane? No, he's not. Just want to stay out on those old intermediate tires, even though Theus and Joseph are on fresh intermediate tires, same as Equasar. The penalty might end up being a problem for Thales later on in the race if he can't keep on the pace, but he seems very good on pace advantage. But if he has the tire disadvantage later on, it will be interesting to see what happens. And I guess it should be going out on this lap. Yeah, it is. Well, Thales has the oldest tires in all the grid. This could be a complication, but he has the pace advantage as well of the whole grid. Joseph, Theos and Equasar come strong on fresh intermediate tires. Well, Equasar and Theos meet again, like in the start of this race. Equasar could be on here for a podium once again. Always consistency has helped Equasar there. And well, now Thales in the lead of the race will try and build the gap he needs to win this one, which would be 3 seconds to Theos or to Equasar. And well, not a massive restart there by Thales, 1 whole second ahead of the rest of the grid. There goes Callas, will try and defend as best as possible against Joseph Vesely. Callas there staying in second place of the race, will try and go defensive, but Joseph Vesely with fresh tires is trying to get the move done there down the inside. They made a little bit of contact there. That's gonna be Theos trying to get this one done there down the inside of Joseph Vesely. Into the corner they go, but Callas, will he be able to hold the two of them? There goes Joseph Vesely trying to get the move done against Theos, but can't do. Theos will get up into third of the race, and now he's looking very good for a win here if he can get the move done against Callas. He's looking very good here to try and win this Hungarian Grand Prix due to having the fresh tires. He's trying to think about a move there down the inside of Callas. Callas will now have to push if he wants to get this win of the race. It's looking a bit complicated though, with Theos there just a couple of seconds behind. Now Callas is backing up the pack. The fresh tires do the difference on this game. Theos looking on for his second win in IOR history. Equasar also looking for what could be his maiden win in IOR history. Now we gotta see if Callas can survive on the main straight against Theos' attack. Theos has lost some temps there. Callas could be working here on indirectly for Thales by holding up Theos. At the moment he is doing a very good job. Theos is going on the slipstream. He's gonna try and get that move done into turn 1. Can he get it done though? Sends a move down the inside. Callas has just to back off it, and that's Theos up into second of the race, but Callas has got a good traction on the outside. Can he try and retake the place? Theos quickly goes and covers the inside line. Theos is up into second of the race. Massive move there by Theos, who could be on for a victory today in Hungary. We will see. Thales still leads the race, but with older tires, can Theos be quicker than the man in what was supposed to be the McLaren? Thales 2 seconds ahead of Theos, would need to build 1 more second if he wants to win this race. 2.1 the gap now, 2.5. Something happened to Theos. There is made a mistake because he's lost a lot of time into that corner. Thales quickly building up the gap. Theos is, I think, had a little slider. Equasar going on here for a podium as well. Callas goes wide. Callas has gone wide there. Here comes Equasar. Thinks about a move there down the inside. Theos not in best shape out of that one, but he's at least looking for a podium today. Meanwhile, Thales looks to be building even more that gap. 2.8 seconds now. We will find out soon if he is able to hold ahead of Theos or not on this race due to the difference of tire conditions. Here comes Equasar on the slipstream of Callas. Will be getting that third place of the race, and now we will be on an attack for Theos. Mega drive, I gotta say, by the top 3 today, especially because, well, both had an incident on lap 1, Theos and Equasar, and now they are back battling for the podium, back on their starting positions. At the moment, Theos would win this race, but of course we still have 10 more laps to go. Thales needs to try and extend that gap even more, even if he's also thinking about a late pit stop to try and regain the advantage, but that could not be the right option for Thales. In the moment, he will be not winning this race. Now he might be winning this race. Now he will be winning this race now as it's now. 3 seconds. He seems still to have the pace advantage, even on the old tires. We'll see how the tires get to the end though. Could be very interesting. Equasar looking on for a move against Theos as well. These two had an incident on lap 1 of the race. Thales starts to build that gap in the lead of the race. He can try and maybe build, if he can build a massive gap here against Theos and Equasar, that could be very helpful for him. In that case, he can try and pit with like 5 laps to go and try and recover the advantage, but that would also be a risk. So yeah, I think pitting is not really going to be an option for Thales in any case. Here comes Equasar right at the back of Theos, will be looking on to attack the Brazilian for second place of the race. Thales leads 3 seconds ahead of Theos, seems to have it under control. Then comes Equasar in P3 of the race, who will be on to look for a move on Theos at some point on this race. Joseph Vesely has not lost that much time compared to these two. He's still there. Could be well aiming for something. Definitely not a win probably, because well, Thales is way far in front, and yeah, Joseph has a penalty as well. Thales now losing a bit of time there compared to Theos, but once again Theos pushing a bit there, trying to defend from Equasar. Equasar trying to save some battery at the same time. We will see how we get to the end of this race. Can Thales win it on old tires?
The biggest change being the engines, which we changed from.
Here comes Equasar right at the back of Theos. I think Equasar can have better pace than Theos, so if he gets the move done, he could well be on for a win here. If Equasar gets the move done on Theos, he could well be on to win this Grand Prix. There goes Equasar. And he's gonna try and send it down the inside against Theos. They make contact, he spins Theos there. He spun it here, but he's done great sportsmanship there by Equasar. He waits. He doesn't want to spin Theos, he just waits and lets him go, lets him keep into his place. And in the end, both have come out without any problems out of that move. Just lost a bit of time to Joseph, and well, that's let Thales a whole second there in the lead of the race. JM not looking bad at all. And is it still starting to dry up? Because Callas is on softs. Callas is on soft tires right now, but is he closing up the gap is the question. He is not closing up the gap at the moment. Yeah, I think slicks are not the right decision yet, but it could be because it stopped raining. The track's still wet for sure, but it stopped raining, so we might have some interesting final laps of this race, I think. Thales still in the lead of the race, 4.8 seconds ahead of Theos. Theos will be defending against Equasar. I think the DRS could well be enabled once again soon. Joseph Vesely right at the back of Equasar. Joseph Vesely will try and get that move done as soon as possible, if he can of course, but he's still not that close enough. Theos looking on for his first podium of the season. 5.3 seconds behind Thales. The gap is not closing up, even though the fresher tires. And well, the question is now if it's gonna be slick tire conditions soon. Callas is not closing any time to Wesley, so it's definitely still intermediate conditions. But at the moment where he starts closing up, then we will know for sure it's time for slick tires. And with 7 laps to go, it can make a big difference. In the moment, still not the right time to do so. Callas has made a mistake pitting a bit earlier. He had nothing to lose, he risked it. But he is not losing too much time, I gotta say. Wesley is now coming in the pit lane. If we start seeing Callas set fastest laps or stuff like that, then as I said before, we'll know for sure it's time for slick tires. Now Wesley is on. The battle between these three continues for second of the race. Thales will definitely want to build a bit more of a gap here if he wants to have a safe pit stop into slick tires, also because those inters could be on a bit of a risk because of the age they have. Definitely not need to risk a puncture in here. So if the conditions help him to go for a pit stop, then well, definitely will be aiming for do one. Oh, and that's Equasar and Theos battling on. Theos goes off the road there. Equasar is ahead. Equasar is ahead of Theos now. Has made up the move there with a little bit of contact there. And that is Equasar up into second of the race. Great job there by Equasar, by the Mercedes driver, moving up into second of the race once again. Now, is it time for slicks or not? Wesley is starting to close, I think. Yeah, he's closing. Wesley is DRS enabled. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it will be time soon. Theos could definitely go for a gamble in here. No one has decided to do it. JM could well be on for it. Has not done so. With 5 laps to go, might be a risk in any case. But, well, yeah. I can't confirm then it's the right thing to do. There goes Theos losing time against Joseph Vesely. Joseph Vesely will be on for a move against the Brazilian driver for P3 of the race. Though with the tire rage, with the penalty, Joseph will have a little handicap there into the end of the race. Thales now, the question is, will he pit or will he not pit? I think the safe will be not to pit at the moment because the time subtraction, I think it isn't enough, wouldn't be enough for him to come out and win the race. I'm not sure about it in any case. Someone might try and risk it. JM could be, no, he's in a better risky position to risk it because he might be undercutted by Wesley there. Thales is building a lot of time against Equasar there in the dry conditions. Is he gonna pit or not is the question now. 9 seconds. Is it the right decision to come in or not? He stays out, doesn't want to risk it, doesn't want to risk track position, especially with a penalty. Does Equasar pit? No, he stays out as well. Don't want to take any risk. Joseph is pitting. Joseph is in the pit lane. He was in a very good position to try and go for a risk. And now he's gone for it. JM is also in the pit lane. Now he's gonna be pushed to the line for this too. Joseph with fresh soft tires, same as JM. Both on fresh slick tires with no traffic, I guess. Wesley is coming though in the final corner. Yeah, no, Wesley is coming here in the main straight. Is he gonna jump JM? I think he possibly will. Yeah, he's jumped JM there. JM's come behind Wesley Santana. Joseph Vesely now with the slick tires. We'll see what he can do. 20 seconds behind Theos. Was it the right call or not? It's much more of a risk to think about this when you have a 3-second time penalty. But now, if he is able to close up the enough gap against Theos, it will be a thing for sure. We will have to find out soon. Thales possibly is just trying to hold into those tires, try to not get a puncture. I think pitting at this moment would definitely be a risk. Theos got a penalty now. Theos has got a time penalty now. Thales stays out once again. Equasar is way too far behind from Thales to think about pitting. I think the safe for him is to just stay out. They just have to survive till the end of the race. Theos also has to stay out because if he pits, he will be undercut at 100% by Joseph Vesely. Joseph at the moment is going to be losing position against JM and Wesley. Maybe the right call was staying out or not, but in his place he could have risked like he did in the end. He is not pushing, I gotta say. Now he will start pushing a bit. I think he should try and just give it absolutely everything at this stage. Nothing to lose. Or maybe just trying to save battery for the final couple of laps. Using once again some battery. Wesley is out of ERS. JM has some better ERS conditions than Wesley. Joseph has nearly full battery. to be on for an attack. Will he be able to jump Theus in the remaining of this race? It's very tricky to say. Could well happen, could it not, but we'll see. 15-second gap, which is closing up very, very quickly. JM is right at the back of Wesley Santana in the battle for P5 of the race. Wesley needs to do his best to stick into that position. Thales keeps improving, building up even more the gap against Equasar. Pitting would be very risky for Thales at the moment. Meanwhile, Joseph Wesley already just 12 seconds behind Theus. 3 more laps to go. Can Joseph get that third place of the race today? It's gonna be an interesting fight for podium between these two, or between JM as well, if he can get the move done against Wesley, which is gonna be maybe not that hard as I could think about it. There he goes on the slip rim, DRS enable, and he's gonna go down the inside, gets the move done against Wesley in the main straight. That's JM up into 5th place of the race. Now Wesley thinking about a switchback, but it's not gonna be possible at the moment. Wesley loses the place against JM there. JM up to P5 of the race, and now this could be hard for Joseph now because he needs to build up the gap against JM. JM though with not very good ERS conditions. Joseph Wesley will have to see who has the better pace of these two. JM now trying to close up the gap against Joseph to battle for that P4 or P3 of the race, really, because of the penalties from Theus. Joseph closing up as quick as he can. He's gonna need to push, burn that battery in the remaining 2 laps of the race. He has saved a lot, but he definitely has enough to deploy now in the remaining of this Grand Prix. James trying to close up the gap against Joseph there. Now will Joseph start deploying that battery on the main straight? 2 laps to go. The gap is 4 seconds from Joseph to Theus. He is now burning the battery, as I said before. JM has done the same, but Joseph still with better ERS conditions than JM. Who will get into the podium today? I think JM is looking much more likely than Joseph at this stage. It will also depend on how quickly can Joseph get the move done against Theus. Where is he gonna meet him exactly on track? Will it be on the straight? Will it be on the corners? Could also determine what will end up happening today. There goes Theus. I think Joseph is right at the back of him. Joseph right at the back of Theus. He's gonna think about a move there into the corner section. He's gonna do the switch back there. Nothing Theus can do about it. There goes Joseph Wesley up to P3 of the race. And don't discard him catching Equasar. Still 1 lap to go, and well, we gotta see what happens. Though JM is probably the one that's gonna be sitting on the podium today. Yeah, nothing Theus can really do against JM in here. JM will be getting the move done around the outside. Theus can't even defend from this one. They made a little bit of contact in her. Theus using his battery to try and defend as better as he can, but JM with the better tires going down the inside gets the move done. Will get 1 DRS once again. Nothing else he can really do about it. JM has lost some time there battling against Theus. Now Joseph Wesley 3 seconds behind Equasar. Can he aim for a podium today? Can Joseph get his maiden podium of the season? Final lap of the race. Thales leads with 20 lap old intermediate tires. Nothing to do against him through all this Grand Prix. Here comes Joseph Wesley. Can he aim for a podium? Can Joseph and JM finish this race on the podium ahead of Equasar? Would be an interesting question to ask. There goes Thales, who will win this race, but we gotta go on board with Joseph now, which will be the interesting battle for the moment. I don't know if he can build 3 seconds in this final part of the track. Now Equasar has managed to doing a good job there to defend against Joseph. Joseph's down the inside, moves up. We gotta go on board now with Thales, who's gonna win. A very dominant drive by the Brazilian today. Thales wins the Hungarian Grand Prix in great manner. Now who is gonna finish second on this race? JM battling against Equasar there. They made a little bit of contact there. Joseph crossed the line. I think it will be JM and Equasar. JM finishes in second, Equasar in third. Mega race there by JM. Could well be my driver of the day. Equasar also did a great drive in. Joseph finishes by 2 tenths, misses on podium. Wesley on P5, Theos on P6. Callas will finish this race on P7. I think he's aiming for fastest lap of the race. We'll see when he crosses the line. Just 7 finishers today. We will see what time does he do. Coming into the line he goes, and I think it was on fastest lap. And Thales has won the race. JM got his maiden podium in IOR Story. Equasar, another solid result. Joseph Vesely got very close to finishing this race, getting his maiden podium of the season. In the end, sadly, couldn't be. Well, not sadly, actually, because it was a great battle, not because anything unfortunate happened. Like Bialo, for example, yeah, he was, something sad did happen there. He bad strategy decision, and well, he ends up with the fastest lap, but ICDNF won't be scoring any points. And we're gonna go now with the national anthem of Brazil for the 4th time this season for our race winner Thales. And well, we got some comments in the commentary box from YouTube. Says Johnny says great racing, and well, Equasar says well played Thales. Sorry we couldn't give him a closer race. Yeah, it's fine. Well, we know Thales and Cucumber are aliens, so yeah, no one blames no one for not being able to race other same pace. So yeah, you did a great race anyway. Great recovery drive after what happened in the first couple of laps, getting a podium. It's a very solid result for you, Equastar, once again. So well played there as well for you in the end. Anyway, we'll see if we can get some post-race interviews or not. Minutes to see if we will get some people in the interviews. If no one joins, then I'll just leave. Well, next weekend we got a race in Spa, which is a totally different track than Hungary. Short track, long track, easy to overtake, hard to overtake. Very, very big differences between Hungary and Spa. In terms of the championship battle, well, Thales and Equasar close up the gap to Cucumber. But Cucumber has a very solid lead. Well, so that's gonna be everything. No one joins the post-race interview, so no interviews today. Hopefully we can get some next weekend. So, well, thanks to all once again, and hopefully we can get back into our normal cars. These idiots kind of fix their problem this Monday, hopefully. And we don't have to keep using these multiplayer cars anymore. So, thanks to all once again, and goodbye.